we're dancing and singing, slinging and zinging. Hey, Edgar Allan Poe, quoth the raven, nevermore. We've got beautiful poetry, as well as rock and roll, heavy metal, and jazz. Jazz. This week, we're bringing down the house with a crash. Push it. You can drop the shooter, but he's gonna stick the landing. And look at this. We've got Jerry Lee Lewis. Meet the Big Bopper. Hello, baby. So in the middle of all this carnage, a lacrosse game actually broke out. You know, with the tight maneuvers and the nifty goals, the tough angles for the long poles. It's sweet music, all right. Top shelf left. Remember, that's where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. Top shelf right. The jelly shelf, perhaps? Raid the whole pantry then. It's LaxWrap.
Hey, hello again, LaxRatz Nation. Welcome to week 5 of LaxWrap. I've got my two favorite co-hosts. I got Tauli here, I got the coach, so we've got a full deck, and we are ready to rock and roll. It's getting near mid-season. People are starting to jockey around about playoffs and seedings, and we've got the scoop for you right here. So, Coach, why don't you take it away? Tell us what's going on the boys' side.
What's up, Chopper? So I had a chance to catch up with Coach Ryan Brent this week. He's the head coach of Santa Margarita. Great coach, fantastic person. He's got a true top 10 program there. I'll tell you, they are very big, very fast, very strong, and extremely well coached. So let's hear what he had to say.
What's going on? So I just want to talk a little bit about our program. This is my second year here at Santa Margarita. Obviously, it's a huge win for us just to get out here and play, but it's been a good season so far. Looking forward to finishing out this Trinity League year. As far as our expectations for the year, we always like to compete in every single game that we're in, and as far as Trinity goes, we'd like to try and defend that Trinity League title that we've held on for the last few years. Some key players for us would be Kai Solomon, who's a senior defenseman, 2-time captain, just got named Adrenaline All-American, and he's headed to Tufts next year. We've got our junior midfielder, which is Marcus Lansing, also a captain and a guy who's been pretty key and foundational for us. And back at goal, we've got Ryan Rodas, who's another senior captain. So those are some of our guys to look out for. We like to take a tough, fast, fun, and physical approach. And excited for this year. All right, if you're interested in learning more about our program, we do have our summer camps coming up, and if you just go to smhs.org, check out our website. We've got 2 summer camp offerings, great way to experience what our school's like and our program. Love to see you all out there.
Reached out to Hunter Shank, who was the former goalie at Redondo Union High School. Great player, great kid, high GPA. He and his family moved to North Carolina, where there's a new program he was playing for. He had a lot of success there this year. Let's hear what he had to say.
My name's Hunter Shank. I'm a junior goalie at Swansboro High School in Swansboro, North Carolina. Just moved here this year from Redondo Beach, California. Team this year, we won conference and we went 4-6. I was named first team all-conference and had a 62% save percentage and 161 saves.
We have our Southern California Independent Lacrosse League Youth Player of the Week, skill, and that's Jackson Simmons. I love this kid. I've been watching him play since he was in 1st grade. I call him the Lefty Laser Show. If you've seen him out on the field, he's nothing but great hard work ethic. If you live in the South Bay, you've probably seen this dude with his rage cage, working on his game all day, all night. That's what it takes to get better. Let's see what Jackson has to say.
Jackson Simmons, and I got 3 goals today. And my favorite lacrosse player is Michael Sowers.
And then, hey, shout out to Coach Casey at Culver City. He's right. I mean, they're having a great year. They had a big win against Maricosta, and it might be a 2-horse race for Division II between Culver and St. Francis. But hey, don't sleep on Coach Dieter and Edison down in Huntington Beach. It's a great program, and he's a great coach. Lastly, it looks like the top 10 starting to shape up for D1. I would put Loyola number 1, Mater Dei 2, St. Margaret's 3, CDM 4, Foothill 5, Westlake 6, Santa Margarita 7, Yorba Linda 8, Agora 9, and PV 10. But a lot of those teams are interchangeable. So once the playoffs get going, it's going to be an interesting one this year.
Hey, Chris, I want to ask you a question about your top 10. So the top 3, I think you had Loyola, Mater Dei, and St. Margaret's?
Correct.
Okay, so those teams have played, right? I know Loyola beat Mater Dei, but did St. Margaret's beat one of those two?
They beat Mater Dei. Mater
Okay.
Dei's pretty. Again, it's going to be interesting, and again, that could flip-flop in the weeks to come. And come playoff time, it could be anyone's trophy.
Well, all I know about Mater Dei is this cat, Lucas De La Paz, wins all the face-offs, so they've got to have a chance in the playoffs, right?
Great. He's great.
All right, Chris, excellent update on the boys' side. I can tell you, inquiring minds are lining up wanting to know what your criteria are for player of the week with your skills group. And the reason I say that is you've got a ton of great players. So seriously, kind of wondering how you choose among them, and kiddingly wondering if somebody slips you a $10 bill, maybe they could move up the list, right?
Well, this isn't back east, so no, that doesn't. No, it's honestly, it's just, I've seen these kids play a lot in tournaments and leagues in my box league. I've just watched them over the years develop. You know, Axel, I've watched him since he was a little guy play, and I just admire his work ethic. And that's really the thing I go off of. The guys who are the grinders, who get out there and work hard, and that really stands out to me, and are working hard off ball and chasing down ground balls and riding hard and doing all the little extras. That really sticks out to me, and I think that sticks out to a lot of coaches.
Well, what's great about the Southern California lacrosse is these kids that have it in their blood usually keep it and stay with lacrosse for a long time, which is a great chance for me to transition. We got a couple interviews today with coaches who were players at high school a decade ago or more in the South Bay. I want to start with Will Marinelli, who's a Maricosta alum. I think he played against my son maybe 10, 12 years ago. He's now coaching at Case School, and we got a mic in front of him. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, I'm Will Marinelli. I'm the head coach here at the Cate School. We're hoping to be able to possess the ball. It's our first game out. We got to control our nerves and control the clock today. We're hoping to win the Channel League this year since we didn't get our opportunity last year, and if we have the opportunity to get to 2-team playoffs, we'll be able to make a run. We're looking for a big season out of number 1, James Marin, our captain, and number 12, Xander Murray, our midfielder. Big shout out to LaxRatz. Love all you guys do. Thank you.
All right, so speaking of Maricosta alum, let's go back a few years further, and let's hear from Eric Crum, who played at Maricosta maybe 15 years ago, and he's now coaching at Harvard Westlake.
Yeah, I'm Eric Crum. I'm head coach at Harvard Westlake. Up to this point, the team has performed pretty well. You know, we always are expecting a little bit more out of our guys. We don't want to be settled with just how we're playing. We want to be great. So, but the boys are playing well. Well, you know, Owen Hudgens, number 11, is having a great season so far. He has near 20 points in 20 goals in 3 games, and he's really doing fantastic. He's a great leader. And then on defense, number 8, Nick Grube, is doing a phenomenal job being a senior captain and leading the defense. Continue our energy. We want to come to every game with high energy, intensity, and we want to continue to be aggressive. We've been aggressive so far, but against teams like Loyola and some of the teams that we're going to be getting into, we need to maintain our aggressiveness. Huge shout out to LaxRatz and everybody that's working there. We appreciate all that you guys are doing, and we look forward to seeing you guys more.
All right, how often do we get to talk to referees? We did one podcast with Gary Greenbaum, but we managed to get a mic in front of referee Jeff Beeler, and it's always good to hear what those guys are thinking, especially if you want to stay out of their penalty box.
I've been itching for this. I stopped last March and didn't do any lacrosse for almost a year, and this is why I have a day job so I can pay to come and do referee lacrosse. So this is what I want to be doing. The lacrosse gets a lot better. The first part of the season can be pretty rough, and a lot of these guys haven't had a lot of practice. Looking forward to better lacrosse every week, which is more fun. The better competitive games are always more fun to do. And I just really want to see how things shake out, because you have ideas in the early parts of the season where things are going to go, and come the playoff time, it's all up in the air. So I'm looking forward to that. They're a lot of fun. It's good competitive ball. The kids are a blast. It's fun to be on the field with them. They're always excited to be around. I get to hang out with 20 knuckleheads for an hour and a half. It's awesome.
Also wanted to mention that I had a chance to do a little Zoom meeting with Tarek Ergin, coach at Oak Park, and here's what our conversation looked like. All right, Coach Tarek Ergin, Oak Park High School. Tarek, catch us up. What's been going on out there?
Well, we're catching up. I think everybody, from the teams I've seen, and I've watched some film on teams we haven't played, that hiatus we just had has taken its toll. And I also see teams are getting better and better and better, including my own. We're nowhere near the strength we were in 2019. And I think that's true of everybody. But there's a learning curve. I know for a fact my time away from coaching, first couple of games, it made and admitted to my players a few mistakes. Coaching errors that I probably wouldn't have made if we didn't have that time off, just not as sharp. They're perishable skills.
It's an interesting term, perishable skills, but it gets back to, practice makes perfect. And I guess lack of practice goes the other way, right?
Exactly. It's, I haven't picked up a stick in a while, and I stopped playing 9 years ago, but, I haven't caught a ball right-handed yet on the practice field.
All right, well, so just we got a second here. Does perishable skills include acting? Because for those who don't know it, Tarek a few years ago was Lieutenant Ayala in Star Trek Voyager. So go back and check that out. Is that a perishable skill as well?
Absolutely. There's certain techniques of acting that, not just being in the moment, but being in the character, fourth wall, all these things. And then there's the emotional content and the emotional connection that you have to make.
And check out the full interview on our YouTube page.
All right, here our update for the week happens to be the Modern Day Monarchs, because not only are they rolling, but they're rocking their updates to us. They got past Sierra Canyon this past week by a score of 20-10 for their boys varsity. The incomparable face-off dude, Lucas De La Paz, went 33 of 34 from the face-off, X. Now, in case you're trying to crunch that, that's 97%. And to be honest, it's just not fair. I think that Modern Day should be forced to just cough up the ball every other face-off, or else let their goalie take it out of the net after a scored goal and just advance the ball up. It's no wonder they're winning games when they're winning that kind of face-off advantage. This kid had 18 ground balls. Now, let me tell you something, and Coach, I'll look at you on this. If you're winning 33 face-offs, you ought to get 18 ground balls, right? I mean, that's just, the math works out for that. Anyway, with that type of advantage, they outshot Sierra Canyon 47-21. Grant Portillo, who is a junior, 7 goals and an assist. Evan Curry, a sophomore, 4 goals, 3 assists. And Tommy Bethel, who's a senior, Kristen Jewell, who's a sophomore, each also added 3 goals. So De La Paz, as you might imagine, led the way in assists with 4, because the guy had the ball in his stick the whole time. Goalie Nick, don't call me Calignon, had 10 saves. Hey, I wanted to remind everybody that LaxRatz is promoting a weekly podcast with local and national lacrosse personalities. The one that's currently showing is Robbie Stack, and you may not know that name because he's from back east. But this guy has 2 great accomplishments. One is he's a teetotaler. He does not drink, and somehow managed to get through 4 years of college lacrosse and a brief career as a sales manager, going to sales meetings without ever drinking a drop. So if you're ever looking for coaching on how to pull that off, Robbie's your guy. Also, he's a guy that graduated, went into the business world. It just didn't resonate with him, found his way back to lacrosse. He's a coach and looks like he'll be a lifetime lacrosse junkie. So check that one out. And then next week's podcast will feature my very own Zach Rogers, AKA the Bonesaw. Managed to track him down. He lives in Melbourne, Australia now, so it was a long distance Zoom, but it was pretty fun to talk about the way the game has changed with how physical it was when he played. And there is video of him crunching some people and how the game has changed to the way it looks today. So that is the podcast we'll be putting up next week. Okay, I think we got a pretty good wrap on the boys' side. Tauli, catch us up on the girls.
Yes, it was a busy week, lots of Zoom chats, even got a chance to talk to a few coaches out on the field. First up is Michelle Yarger. She's the head coach at Newbury Park. They're having an amazing season, and here's her interview and what she has to say.
Hey, I'm Michelle Yarger, head coach of Newbury Park. Definitely win my Monty League and then think about the CIF Championship. Our goalie, Daniela Gayet, committed to Syracuse, and our captain, Emma Ng, committed to Oregon. Teamwork and discipline. Yeah, like working together, making sure it's not a one-man show, making sure that we play good 7v7 defense, and getting our goalie involved in the clears. Shout out to LaxRatz.
Newbury Park and Westlake played each other this week. So of course, when we spoke with the head coach at Newbury Park, we had a chat with the head coach at Westlake. What's interesting enough about this head coach is that she used to coach JV last year and was bumped up to varsity with a short notice. And here's our chat on the field.
Hi, I'm Malia Corpus. I'm the head coach for the varsity team for Westlake High School.
I'm Allie Jarman. I'm the head coach for JV and assistant coach for varsity.
So definitely bringing out the energy first 5 minutes of the game, leaving it all on the field last 5 minutes of the game. Honestly, just keeping the energy up because that's definitely going to carry the team through all the games, really. So definitely Ava Garraway. She is our goalie. She's only a sophomore. She's amazing.
It's honestly hard to pick because we have a pretty good freshman squad starting with us this year, some experience. Go LaxRatz.
Go LaxRatz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll have more footage of the girls from Westlake in the following week. That will be LaxWrap week 6. I chatted with them over Zoom. Full interview to come. I know we've talked about Newbury Park a few times already on our show and how they are having an amazing season. Foothill is another school having an amazing season. I went out to their game a few weeks ago against J. Sarah, and here is game recap and chat with their head coach.
Tauli Anderson on location here at Foothill High School. The Knights are undefeated, 2-0, taking on J. Sarah, who's also have not lost a game. This is going to be a good one. The ladies are ready to go.
It's going awesome. I think just being out on the field is where they're bringing most of their energy. They're just happy to be back out playing together. They love each other. This team has so much camaraderie. So I think just being back on the field is just giving them that extra boost to keep pushing it every game. Yeah, that was definitely rough for us. We had a very promising season last year, a lot of really strong players. But you know what? These girls rallied around each other right away. We immediately started online practices. But they were still doing team bonding stuff and keeping up with each other. They had accountability partners. So we really never, we made sure that we didn't lose touch with one another through that whole time. And I think that shows out on the field now that we're back together. It's, I love it. I just love how excited they get for each other. They always have each other's back, and it's always exciting, when someone's getting their first goal of being on varsity. We can't be happier for her. But I think it's a testament to all the other girls too. They're looking to set each other up and get those goals and those accomplishments for those younger players.
Well, Tauli, you mentioned a couple of top teams. I know that Foothill and Newbury Park are highly ranked, and I know Modern Day, I mentioned last week, you got to break that school up because both their boys and girls teams are excellent. Anybody else that we might want to keep an eye on the girls' side?
Yes, 2 teams in South Bay, Redondo and PV. I'm so excited to go see that awesome rival match on Monday. I know the show will already be released, so I'm looking forward to coming back with some stats in the following week. But hey, another team that's really standing out right now is Agora Girls. I'm so looking forward to chatting with those girls again later this week, as well as their coach too.
I had a chance to watch that Redondo girls team play last week. Both their JV and their varsity they look really, really good. I just thought the passing and the ball movement with the varsity girls on Redondo looked really good. So they'll definitely be a factor, and I'm sure that'll make for a good game when you go see them play PV.
Looking forward to it.
Excellent wrap up on the girls' side, and it is time for the top 10 plays. And before we roll, I want to remind everybody, you can't gripe to us that we're not showing your top play if we don't have it. And we want it. We've been running some of these top plays from the schools that have sent in. Doesn't matter about the video quality. I can say that, Lisa won't. But send it to us, and send us your updates as well, because we want to be able to show those, update everybody on what your school's doing and how you're doing. So all you got to do is go to our website, hit the video upload key, and just load up that video, and we look forward to seeing some of your contributions in future weeks. With all of that said, it is time for the top 10 plays, so let's roll them.
Okay, number 10, let's watch St. Francis ball movement against Crespi, and Matthew Dorfler gets snuffed, but Andrew Giesler plays garbage man with the rebound score. At number 9, this is a fan submission. Redondo Girls in White versus El Segundo. And Elise Dahl gobbles this one up and sets it on cruise control. She's fast, she's elusive, and she scores. Then coming in at number 8, Foothill in White versus Loyola, and Kenny Sealer with the rip. Goal? Nope. But in the defensive haste, the Cubs left Casey Copeland wide open. Easiest goal he'll ever score. Number 7, Newberry Park's Connor Vito is going to earn this one. Shakes loose from 3 defenders before bouncing one home. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm here all week. Number 6, and another clash of titans. St. Margaret's in the dark trying to defend PV's Brad Sharp, but it's a mismatch. He toys, he scores, he graduates this year. Number 5, Newberry Park. Their goalie has the tough save. Whew. Okay, just clear it. Wait, what? That's Agura's Eli Russ with the steal and the easy one. Number 4, and check out the complete package for Kate's Xander Murray. First, it's off to the races. Grip it and rip it. But wait, there's more. The dodge, the crossover, then the backhander. Boys played some box, I'll bet. And then there's the 360 spin with the juke. Rock and roll. And number 3 from the girls' game, Newberry Park in light, and I like everything about this sequence. Sarah Skandarian with the stick check. Then it's goalie Daniela Gayette with the pinpoint clear. And that's Emma Ing advancing it. She surveys her options and wisely selects the selfie. The pose, the pause, say cheese. Number 2, and this is Loyola in dark and Harvard Westlake in white. And here we go with another box bonanza. The Cubs' number 10 from X lays out and lays it in. Backhand badass. And then there's our top play, and it's a shout out to the entire Culver City team. Players, coaches, and fans, because this team is on a roll. Somebody check the water they're drinking because something's in it. Like the swimming pool from the movie Cocoon. They are on an extraterrestrial streak, beating their last 3 opponents by an aggregate score of 63-10. We don't like to give out victims' names, but they sounded like Sel Bagundo, Dira Tosta, and Cleverly Sills. Oh my. Dig deep into the swag box, Lisa. And then, because we can't always show more than 10 plays, here are the closest runner-ups in our honorable mention category.
Don't forget that the top play awardee wins the swag. I won't even mention how dearly both of my co-hosts and I want some, but we haven't won it, so we don't get it. And but before we get out of here, we got to talk about social media. So raise your hand if you are qualified to talk about social media. Tauli.
Not you, Chris.
Take it away.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, of course, to watch our weekly show. You can find us at LaxRatz. And as always, like, subscribe, give us a comment. We'll talk back to you, and we will see you on our social media channels.
All right, we got to get out of here because I know that the coach has got like 6 coaching gigs this afternoon. So I'm going to get him out of here along with my co-host, Tauli Anderson. Both of you guys, thanks so much. And thanks as always to Lisa, who is the editing wizard and our producer. So this is Chopper saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.